So this is the other walkway leading into the Museum of Saint-Jean, where we had that not so forthcoming security guard who wouldn't let me in because I had the vlogging camera. But it still is a lovely view as I walk towards it. We'll go as far as we can go and hopefully I don't run into him, but I think it should be all right from the looks of things. It is a glorious mid-January afternoon. The sun is shining. It's just gone behind the tower there. Be back in a moment. And it's bordering on t-shirt weather too, because I just had my t-shirt on earlier, but the wind picked up and I'm now in my fleece. And that building just there was where I just walked from. A woman's voice is revolution. There's a little garden just here to my left, and it's in Arabic. If you see where the black coal is laid out, I think it's coal anyway, or black stones. And this is a building where I entered this section and where I walked from just moments ago, and there's the walkway there. And from here you have a lovely view of Cathédrale de Méjar. And this is a walkway which I walked from left to right, and the naughty security guard wouldn't let me in. So remember that, people. If you have a vlogging camera, don't go in this way. I actually like this bench in this little garden I'm in now. It's quite quaint. It's lovely to sit on and quite enjoyable. And they're unusual yet colourful slates on that roof. It adds to its charm. Now let's have a look in here. La Tour du Roi René. Up these steps. These dark, steep steps. In a circle all the way round. So I expect some good views from the top of this tower for me to exert myself and get knackered as a result, just for the sake of showcasing this all for you. I put myself through all this, yet none of you give me sympathy. Now I don't expect any. I love doing this, of course. And yes, tiredness has kicked in already, but there is light. Let there be light. Oh, we are here, and it was well worth it, because look at that. We have an amazing view there of Old Port, which is more or less a marina for rich people and their yachts these days. And here's the view looking on the other side towards the Mediterranean, and that's where I was moments ago, just there. And that's the tower I was on just moments ago, and I got talking to a couple from County Clare. So it's a small world. The Irish are everywhere. here's another place which knew I was coming because it's closed. Fort is Saint-Nicolas, and looks like they're doing some work on it. And this was, if you remember, the view from my apartment at night, slightly to the right, a lit up building. This was it here. I didn't realise it was on the other side of the port. But if we look in front of me there, you can see that's where I was a short while ago. Looks like someone was overly aggressive with that bollard there, and these bikes look as if they've been sponsored by Domino's Pizza. And this is where I'm heading to now, Palais du Pharo. And as we go over that ramp, here it is in all its glory, Palais du Pharo. And it has a little park in it, playground to the right, and it's full of children. But then after all, it is a Sunday afternoon, and the sun's gone in, it's gotten a little bit nippier, a bit more overcast, but I'm managing it. I spoke too soon and the sun started to come out, but here's a view looking right into Old Port, and that's where we were earlier when we went into that museum, which is incidentally free to walk around, but if you want to see any of the exhibits you have to pay. I don't know much about these cannons here, but it just reminds me of the ones we saw in Rossler Strand. These are probably the Napoleonic ones, and the Rossler Strand ones were to counteract these. And that's probably not a likely fact, because I'm only making a reference in jest to my Rossler Strand vlog. So if you want to have a look at that, you can see the cannons in that one. So just scroll down my videos on YouTube and Facebook and you'll see my Rossler vlog. And they've been kind enough to put a picture guide of what to expect if you're here, so I shall circle around it. They've even named some of the mountains in the distance. It's right in front of you there. I'll just move the camera up. That's a viewpoint, what to expect. And now back down to where we were with the illustrated depiction. There's a Cathédrale de María, you can't miss that. A couple of towers which I filmed earlier, and back to Vieux, Old Port, and of course Basilique Notre Dame de la Garde. They're definitely having a joke with those burgers. I almost didn't notice it walking around, but that is a lovely looking church over there, and the bell tower is intact and it looks as if it could be in fully working order. And those other burgers may have been a joke, but you're definitely in the right country to try these ones. Now this Space Invader is on a large size, you'd be hard pressed to miss it. It's still Christmas in Marseille from the looks of things. Either that or they just love their decorations here. And according to my local opinion here, Starbucks is grand, or grande if it's the coffee. According to here, it's the best food porn in town. So does that mean if you're aroused by the food, your belly gets bigger? In case you're looking for somewhere to store your luggage, which I have utilised because I had to put my suitcase here for about 6 hours, this place is ideal for it. Le Bag Mobile, and it's right on the edge of Old Port, so I'm going to go in and get my bag from here. So it's basically a keypad. You pay, you put your PIN code in, or you set your own PIN code, rent a locker, the locker door opens, but before you do that, you pay by card right there. And here are the prices, and I opted for 6 hours, so I paid $10.90, and my bag is medium size. And these are its opening hours, 6 a.m. to 11 p.m. So it's farewell to l'Embruyère de Nomyn Foster, that mirrored ceiling exhibit, which is quite interesting. And that's M for Marseille. And you can see the love locks at the side. They keep it limited. Love is limited in this city. I'm in the final few hours now of my stay in Marseille. It's been 3 nights and about 6 minutes walk from Saint-Charles railway station. That's where I'm going to get the bus back to the airport. Had a bit of spare time, so I thought I'd show you this. It's the local version of the Arc de Triomphe. It's called Port d'Aix, and there's a few locals there playing their tunes under it with African vibes. It shows the multicultural influence to be had here in Marseille. So I've seen an abundance of North Africans and of course black Africans as well. But this is a magnificent building. If you're familiar with the Arc de Triomphe in Paris, this is more or less the same, but on a miniature scale. That is if you can call it miniature, of course. And we're back at Marseille Provence Airport. Well, as you can see, I've arrived safely back in Shannon Airport, and oh my goodness, what is there to say about Marseille? But before we get to that, it's 2 degrees Celsius here. You can smell the Irish cold, damp air, but hey, this is home. Anyway, Marseille, there is so much to say. I don't know if I can remember it all, but as I'm walking back to my car, I will fill you in. But it is not dangerous. From what they say, they must have cleaned up their act. I felt pretty safe actually walking the streets, and the people were quite friendly coming up to me in that, and especially the ones who were of South Asian origin, and they were talking to me in Hindi or Urdu, asking me where I was, and then I asked them if they knew Bangla or English, and for the most part they knew English anyway. So I think that's the language they learn before they leave the country, and then they come to France and then learn that. Food prices were reasonable. You could pay budget, there's medium and upscale as well. And I must say Marseille is definitely the home for kebabs because there are so many kebab shops. You're spoilt for choice with some great meal deals too, and I had a kebab twice during my trip there. There's lots to see and do as well, and the transport system is absolutely amazing. You can buy that 3-day pass for only $10.80, and you've got the trip to the islands. We saw that how that turned out, and also it can appeal to solo travelers, couples and families. So as I said, there's something for everyone. Right, hope you've enjoyed those vlogs. I don't know where I'm going on my next trip, but stick around. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one. So till then, take care, have a brilliant week, and bye.